The main reason why World War was start. 1. Decades of rising tension in Europe. By the late 19th century, Europe appeared civilized, stable, and progressive on the surface, but underneath, deep distrust, power competition, and political miscalculations had created a highly volatile environment. Countries were aggressively expanding their militaries, producing weapons, building navies, and recruiting soldiers. Particularly, Germany, Britain, France, and Russia were in a race for industrial growth and colonial expansion, gradually pushing a seemingly peaceful continent toward war. In this way, Europe, outwardly calm, had essentially become a powder keg ready to explode. Point 2. The surge of nationalism. A deeper cause of the war was the surge of nationalism, which gave various ethnic and linguistic groups a sense of identity and independence, challenging the stability of empires. In Serbia, Pan-Slav nationalism was rising, alarming the multi-ethnic Austro-Hungarian Empire as they felt their influence in the Balkans slipping. France, still bitter over losing Alsace-Lorraine to Germany in 1871, sought revenge, while Germany's ambitions to become the dominant European power created tension with its neighbors. Russia, positioning itself as the protector of Slavic nations, further expanded its influence. This emotional and ideological intensity increased mistrust between nations and brought Europe closer to war. 3. Imperialist competition. The race to seize territories in Africa, Asia, and the Middle East further deepened European tensions. Germany, late to acquire colonies, saw itself as a latecomer power and was eager to achieve global dominance, challenging Britain and France. Conflicts over colonies, such as the Moroccan crises, highlighted the divisions between great powers and increased the risk of a large-scale war. Germany's desire to secure a place in the sun and Britain's effort to maintain naval supremacy destabilized the European balance of power. 4. Alliance systems and the domino effect. Before the war, Europe had divided into two major military blocs: the Triple Alliance Germany, Austria-Hungary, Italy, and the Triple Entente Britain, France, Russia. The problem with this system was that if one country was dragged into war, its allies were automatically obliged to join. This created a domino effect, where a conflict between two smaller powers could escalate into a continental or even global war. Ultimately, this structural weakness turned a local crisis into a full-scale world war. 5. The assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand, the spark, not the cause. On June 28, 1914, Serbian nationalist Gavrilo Princip assassinated Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria-Hungary. While often portrayed as the main cause of World War I, this assassination was merely the spark that ignited a continent already primed for conflict. Austria-Hungary issued a harsh ultimatum to Serbia, and when Serbia failed to comply fully, Austria declared war. Russia mobilized in support of Serbia, Germany declared war on Russia, France was drawn in against Germany, Germany invaded Belgium to reach France, and Britain entered the war to defend Belgian neutrality. In just a few days, a regional conflict escalated into a global war. Point 6. Germany's fear of the future, the deepest cause. At the core of the war was Germany's perception of a long-term threat. Russia was rapidly industrializing and expanding its military, and German leaders feared that if Russia became fully powerful, Germany would be strategically encircled and vulnerable. Believing that war was inevitable, Germany decided that it was better to strike early rather than face a stronger coalition later. This fear-driven strategy pushed Germany to support Austria-Hungary aggressively, eliminating diplomatic options and making a large-scale war unavoidable. 7. Conclusion: a chain of misjudgments. World War I was not caused by a single event, ambition, or mistake. It was the culmination of decades of distrust, nationalist fervor, imperialist competition, alliance systems, militarism, political arrogance, and leadership miscalculations. The assassination of an archduke only triggered the outbreak. The war drew an entire continents, toppled empires, redrew maps, and forever changed global politics, making it one of the most catastrophic conflicts in human history.